Hello and welcome back to Newsroom Nigeria. This is where we give you hot, fresh, and sizzling news all day long. If this is your first time here, you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe, leave your opinions in the comment section below. Don't forget to give this video a massive thumbs up, that we were encouraged to keep giving you more reliable and authentic news. Without further ado, let's delve right into the details of today's news. Lawyers numbering over 1,000 who came together from across the country under the Save Benue and Zamfara coalition earlier this morning petitioned the National Assembly to take over the functions of a Benue and Zamfara State House of Assembly. The coalition, during a peaceful protest on Tuesday at the National Assembly complex, argued that the two houses are unable to perform their constitutional duties due to internal crises and alleged interference by the state governors. The petition lamented that in Zamfara, 10 lawmakers have been suspended since February last year on the instructions of Governor Dauda Lawal for raising alarm over the rising insecurity in the state. Similarly, in Benue, they stated that 13 members of the House of Assembly were suspended for allegedly refusing Governor Hyacinth Ali's instruction to suspend the Chief Judge of the state. The coalition, led by Barrister Sambari Benjamin, is urging the National Assembly to invoke Section 11, subsection 4 of a constitution which allows the parliament to make laws for the peace, order, and good government of a state when the House of Assembly is unable to perform its functions. The lawyers warn that if the situation is not addressed, it may lead to a state of emergency being declared in the two states. They also expressed concern that the crisis could spread to the National Assembly, potentially threatening its stability. The coalition therefore requested the Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio, to urgently intervene and take over the functions of the Benue and Zamfara State Houses of Assembly to restore democratic rule and sustainability in the two states. The petition partly reads, "We write to request the urgent intervention of the Senate under your able leadership to forestall the demise of a democracy in installments. Following the National Assembly ratifying the state of emergency that President Bola Tinubu proclaimed in Rivers State, we fear that Benue and Zamfara states are on the way to coming under emergency rule unless urgent constitutional steps are taken to remedy the anomaly that exists in both states. Our fears are that all Nigerians' 36 states would come under emergency rule if the Senate does not step in to demonstrate its commitment to the sustenance and protection of democracy by coming under Section 11, subsection 4 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended, to take over the functions of the two houses. Our request is predicated on Section 11, subsection 4 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended, which provides that at any point in time when any House of Assembly of a state is unable to perform its functions by reason of a situation prevailing in that state, the National Assembly may make such laws for the peace, order, and good government of that state with respect to matters on which a House of Assembly may make laws as may appear to the National Assembly to be necessary or expedient until such time as the House of Assembly is able to resume its functions. And any such laws enacted by the National Assembly pursuant to this section shall have effect as if they were laws enacted by the House of Assembly of the state, provided that nothing in this section shall be construed as conferring on the National Assembly powers to remove a governor or the deputy governor of a state from office. Allowing the situation to continue will end in President Tinubu proclaiming state of emergency in both places and suspending the assembly, by which time the National Assembly will no longer be able to take over the functions this state's House of Assembly has constitutionally stipulated. By then, the National Assembly can only ratify the emergency rule, as would be proclaimed by Mr. President. Furthermore, it is a matter of time before the crises that have incapacitated the Benue House of Assembly and Zamfara House of Assembly are introduced to the Senate and indeed the National Assembly, which would make negative history with the President again leveraging the Constitution to dissolve a parliament. The panacea is for the Senate to show the leadership needed at a trying time like this. What are your thoughts and your opinions? Let's have them in the comment section below. Before we go, guys, let's take a look at some of the reactions we got online. The first comment comes from Raphael, who says, problems everywhere. Lawyers are calling on SP, that is Senate President, who does not know or sure of his Senate presidency seat yet. Justin Paul says, lawyers on be the major problem of this country. Make on a go sit down. Charles says, it's only Rivers State because of the oil, the vested interest, the state of emergency was declared without exhausting the normal peaceful means. Daniel Imele says, this is one of the best moves I have ever experienced. The Benue State House of Assembly need to be scrapped down because they are not standing for their legislative assignment at all. They are just there collecting salaries and allowance without doing anything. Who can tell you since the new democratic dispensation which law or motion had any of the Benue State Assembly has passed into law or implemented? We need a new generation of politics in Benue State, not all these old people of sharing the money. Mobe says, I don't know when business, pathological hatred, religious intolerance, and regional differences will stop in this nation. Same types of lawyers and coyotes gathered to challenge Tinubu for suspending Rivers State governor and state assembly simply because Rivers is Christian state and is from South. Now they are personally demanding taking over of two states from the north. This is unfortunate. This is very, very unfortunate situations indeed. Ifeanyi Ojobo says the first point of call for state of emergency should be the NBA, the judges and justices, and the entire judicial setting in Nigeria. In my opinion, has caused more damage than bandits, Boko Haram, herdsmen, and unknown gunmen. Jonathan says, Akpabio, has he been able to do the needful in his own case? Can corruption fight itself? Why seek the obvious? We are a failed people. Let's have your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. What do you think on this? Do you think that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should go ahead and take over the situation? Because I don't even understand who these governors think they are anymore. Like, who the hell do they think they are? For you to suspend a lawmaker for talking about insecurity in the state, that's Zamfara state. It facilitated the suspension of lawmakers who spoke against insecurity, who criticized his administration. He ended up suspending them since last year. The same thing with Hyacinth, a pastor. I do not even know he's capable of that. Not until recently that we are now seeing his true color, who said Peter Obi should not visit Benue State because of... So this is somebody who is bringing benefits to the people of your state, and you don't want him to visit because of what's political, because of your political orientation, because of the difference in political party. You think if he comes there, people would tend to side with him and vote for him in the next election, and you have a second-term ambition on your mind. Can you imagine that kind of thinking? This is a pastor. We thought that a pastor can do it better. Look at it, too. Now, yeah, we do. At the end of the day, I guess we are all just humans, and it's not even about whether you're a pastor or not, whether you go to church or not. It's about your values, your discipline. That is what it's about. Like I said, let's have your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Thank you very much for always listening and watching, guys. I'll see you all in my next video.